From a secret underground bunker somewhere in the Arizona desert, 40 feet below the Earth's surface, two men, aided by their robotic artificial intelligence, Jennifer,
at your service.
hide from their wives and kids to discuss man stuff with interesting and unusual people. These men are the Bunker Boys. And we're back. And better than before. I think I've said that before.
Yes, he did.
But we are better than before.
We are better than I think.
We learn things and we get better. That's just the way it is.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah.
Like my mom said, honey, if you don't learn something new every day, there's something wrong with you.
And did she proceed to tell you there's something wrong with you?
She told me there's something wrong with me.
Yeah, moms are like that. They're wonderful. They love us no matter what. Now, wives, on the other hand, they're mothers of our children, not mothers of us.
There you go.
So they don't have to love us no matter what, but it is nice if they do. Forgive us, we're men. I thought we would start things off by, first of all, congratulating you on getting your windows done, finally.
Finally, yes.
And your truck out of the shop.
Finally. 3 weeks.
Holy mackerel, how do you survive 3 weeks?
Well, it wasn't easy.
Yeah, to wait. Now, Smitty, of course, has got the superconducting fan on so we can hear it in the studio. And I've told him over and over again, this is a studio. It's supposed to be silent.
Yes.
And he goes, no, you got a problem here. We get with airflow. So until he corrects it, we've got a fan. So there we are. Back to the old-fashioned days of fans.
Oh, well.
But it's better than not having it. I guarantee you that.
I agree.
But in any case, so you get caught up on some things and you're getting everything fixed. That's good.
Yes.
And, I don't believe in this stuff, but they said Mercury was in retrograde, which I guess means that bad things happen during that time.
Oh, the planet.
Yeah. So that means, in the astrological signs.
Oh, bless you.
Was that a sneeze?
Yeah, Rockford just sneezed.
Yeah, Rockford. He's here on the floor. But maybe that's why you had all those troubles with your stuff, and now things are better. So.
Well, when was that supposed to take place?
I have no idea. I guess it was last week or something.
Well, this happened a month ago.
I know.
But anyways.
I thought we'd talk today about music, because we're both musicians. Yeah, we both play guitar, and I play trumpet, and you're a singer, and I can't sing to save my life.
I also play drums.
And drums, that's right.
A little bit of bass.
Bass? Yeah, I can play a little bit of bass.
Piano, keyboard.
Piano? Yeah. So with that, we've always had a love for music, and we like a lot of the same stuff. And I grew up on country, whereas you didn't.
No.
My dad made me listen to country. But you know what? I do like it. I mean, there's certain fondness you have for it. And after hearing it so many years, I like it.
I like some country songs, but I don't like the ones that my dog ate my cat. Stuff like that.
And my wife left me for a turtle. Yeah. That's my next hit. I'm waiting for the first hit.
What are you going to name it?
I don't know.
You need a title for it.
It's slow coming, and I guess because of the turtle mention, maybe. I don't know.
Hey, well, let's write a song for it. Yeah, let's
we
do
should.
that.
Should write some goofy song for Dr. Demento. I sent him a song one time, and he panned me. He didn't like it, apparently, so it never got played.
Oh, I'll be darned.
But yeah, it was about picking your nose, so I guess maybe there was...
the nose picker song.
Yeah. Picking your life away. Well, I wanted to talk about chicken picking's cool. That's that Vince Gill style of picking.
Right. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I move with the flow, buddy.
Okay.
Whatever flies at me, I deflect and move on.
Look out.
Yeah. It's getting heavy.
It's getting heavy.
But misheard lyrics. People have heard songs for years that they know. They just know the song. And then they find out they don't know the song because the lyrics are not what they've been singing for years.
Right.
So can you think of an example of a song like that?
Just about all of them anymore.
Yeah, wasn't there one we talked about last week? I can't remember what it was.
See?
And I know, Rocket Man, Elton John. Do you remember that?
Well, yeah.
Well, what does he say at the end of the song? Rocket Man on the chorus, burning out the da-da-da-da-da.
Right, I don't know. I don't know.
I looked it up.
What does he say?
Well, let me find it here in my little notes because I didn't want to get it wrong. Burning out his fuse up here alone.
Burning out his fuse up here alone.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be
Who
darned.
knew?
Who knew?
I couldn't understand
Me
that.
either.
So,
Like I said, you listen to songs for 30, 40 years and you still don't know the words. And,
most people just mumble through it, when they're not sure. What are you doing, boy?
well, yeah, lay down.
He's getting stuck between a chair and a hard place, I think.
Lay down, buddy. Thank you.
Oh, you meant the dog. Okay.
No, not you.
Sorry. Yeah, misheard lyrics. Here's a good example. You remember? Now, this is one of my favorites. I think it was the Four Tops that did this. Ain't no woman like the...
One I got.
Right. Now, do you know for years people thought they were singing, there ain't no woman like the one-eyed got.
Or the one I bought.
Or, yeah, I don't want to go there. Ain't no woman like the one-eyed got. What does a one-eyed got look like? You know what? I'm gonna draw something and I'm gonna post it up on our screen.
The one I got.
The one-eyed got. So I'm gonna feature that, and people are gonna go, "What is that?"
That's a one-eyed got.
Bad drawing of a one-eyed something. The one-eyed got.
Can you draw?
No, I'm not well. If I take my time and I have lots of days, I can come up with something. I've been able to copy things, and I draw better than I thought I could if I just take my time. But I can't conceptualize something and draw it per se. I'm just not one of those people. How about, remember the song I'm a Believer? Monkeys?
Yeah.
Written by
Oh.
Neil Diamond.
Oh, is it really?
I believe so. Yeah. When I saw her face, I'm a believer. Some people have been singing for years. When I saw her face, now I'm going to leave her. Why would you?
Well, I figured that one out when I was young.
I thought maybe if you saw her face, maybe you had been dating a while anyway, and you knew what she looked
Well,
like.
yeah, I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried.
Yeah. How about I Can See Clearly Now, Johnny Nash? I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Some people think that he was saying Lorraine is gone.
Oh my goodness! Listen to the song.
I can see clearly
The
now.
song basically explains itself.
Well, yeah, see, Lorraine left him, and now he's able to have his thoughts unclouded. He can
Lorraine.
see clearly now. Lorraine is gone. I know,
That's
I love
funny.
that. Good stuff. How about Creedence Clearwater? There's a bad moon on the rise. And of course, you know what people are thinking. There's a bathroom on the right.
Oh my!
There's
Really?
a bathroom on
They
the right.
actually.
Yeah.
You read all of this?
Yeah. These are common things that people have thought for years. I found this on a website. Actually, several.
There's a bathroom on the right.
Maybe that's a good thing. If you're oohing
Well,
already.
especially today. No.
Okay. How about a friend of mine, Doc Thompson, who's on Glenn Beck's network. He does the morning show over there, and he and I used to work together in Cleveland. And he told me that his sister used to sing, on the Hustle. Remember the song, The Hustle? Do the Hustle.
Do the Hustle,
Well, she thought they were saying, chew the hot dog. Do, 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 do.
I wonder what she was singing about.
Apparently lunch. Chew the hot dog. Let's see, what else? The dawning of the age of Aquarius. You remember that one?
Yeah, that was Fifth Dimension.
Fifth Dimension. They did Up, Up, and Away in My Beautiful Balloon.
Right.
Great group. Great vocals.
Yeah, I like those. I like that music.
Marilyn McCoo. That's where they came. Marilyn McCoo was married to Billy Davis Jr., and they even had a solo career outside of Fifth Dimension. They had a hit or two. But dawning of the age of Aquarius, people thought they were saying in the age of asparagus.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
Apparently they hadn't heard about Aquarius. The age of asparagus. Well, at least their pee will smell funny.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. How about...
I like asparagus. So.
I do too, despite what it does to my urine. Losing My Religion. You know that song?
No.
I can't remember who did that. Oh, no. We're not going to the mystic here. Losing My Religion. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight is the way the lyrics go. And
Oh, okay.
losing my
spotlight.
losing my religion, right?
Right. Okay.
Well,
Got ya.
people thought they were singing "Let's pee in the corner, let's pee in the spotlight." Why would you pee in
Now,
the spotlight?
why would somebody think that?
I guess they just thought that's what it was saying.
That's strange. Huh.
How about Bob Dylan? The answer is blowing in the wind.
The ants are blowing in the wind.
Yes, the answer, my friends, they're blowing in the wind.
Oh, shit.
The ants are blowing in the wind. No. Why? They have parachutes? Why are they blowing in the wind? How about Elton John's Tiny Dancer? Hold me close, tiny dancer, the lyrics go.
I could just imagine what this one's going to be.
Yeah, this one's really stupid. Hold me close, Tony Danza.
You gotta be kidding.
No. What if he didn't like Tony Danza? I mean, I think he's a fine actor and nice guy and all that. Tony, hold me close, Tiny Danza. Bee Gees, More Than a Woman. Now, I know this for a fact. I thought this when I first heard it because I was a kid going into high school at that time. I thought instead of More Than a Woman, I thought they were saying Bald-Headed Woman.
Really?
Bald-Headed Woman. Yeah. I didn't know why they would be singing about a bald-headed woman, but okay.
Well, wasn't that when they were burning their bras and
No.
and then shaving their heads?
That was after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. How about Madonna, Like a Virgin, touched for the very first time? Now, people kind of juxtapose this. They were thinking, like a virgin, touched for the 31st time.
Okay.
Leave that one alone to your imagination.
Mm-hmm.
Toto, Africa. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do.
Right.
People heard there's nothing that 100 men on Mars could ever do.
That's weird.
How about Redbone, Come and Get Your Love?
Right.
Remember we even did a
Yeah,
little
we talked about that
ditty on that. Yeah, people thought they were singing Drum and Guitar Love.
Wow.
That's kind of a stretch.
That's a big stretch.
Drum and
I was trying to think of a word for that, and you just said it.
Come and Get Your Love.
No.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Oh, Jennifer.
No. Jennifer's
Where'd she come from?
I don't know. Jennifer, are you awake and available?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. All right, tell Smitty to get us something better than a fan, okay?
Yes.
Thank you.
I didn't say good morning to her. Good morning, Jennifer.
Thank you, Garth.
You're welcome.
Yeah, she's all right.
Yeah,
I don't
she
care
is.
what Smitty says. Let's see. What else was there? Oh, yeah, we did chew the hot dog. Redbone. Oh, there's a few more. Let's see what this says. Starship. We built this city on... What was it?
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Logs and coal.
You have to be kidding.
We built this city on logs and
On
coal.
logs and coal.
Oh, are they talking about Pittsburgh? Oh, sorry, Pittsburgh.
Well, isn't
true.
Pittsburgh a coal city? Though?
Coal City, yeah, I guess so. To make that steel. Remember the Stones, Beast of Burden? Mm-hmm. I'll never be your beast of burden. That's what it was. I'll never leave your pizza burning. I'll never leave your pizza burning. Never, 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 never.
I don't care what anybody says. That's funny.
I like that one. The Commodores, Brick House.
Never leave your pizza burning.
She's mighty, mighty, built like a
Brick house.
Amazon, is the way the lyrics go. Then she's a brick house. She's mighty, mighty, built like an Amazon. But people misheard it as she's mighty, mighty, built like a mastodon.
Well, that too.
That's even bigger. Wow. Wonder how she walks. Boom, boom, boom.
I'll never leave your pizza burning either.
Yeah. You're built like a mastodon. Why would you? Three Dog Night. Joy to the world. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Misheard as joy to the visions that the people see. Why? I mean, who understood it that way? Purple Haze, Jimi Hendrix. Excuse me while I kiss the sky.
Okay.
Now you know what they thought on that one.
Well, I kissed this guy.
Exactly. And if you listen to it, it does sound that way.
That's what Mary thought too.
Excuse me while I kiss this guy.
That's
Okay.
what she told me before when we heard the song before. She goes, I always thought he said, excuse me while I kissed this guy.
What, you didn't like it? What, is Timmy trapped under the tractor and can't escape? Did he fall in a well?
He's talking about Rockford. He wants to go outside, I think. Hold on. Let me take him upstairs.
Okay, we're going to pause for this brief moment. Okay, so meanwhile, Garth has returned. Okay, Casey and the Sunshine Band. Keep it comin' love. Remember that? Keep it comin' love.
Yes.
You see, I'm a great singer. Keep
You
it. People misheard that as keep it common law. Keep it common law. That's stupid. Who thought that? I want to meet that person. Crystal Gale, don't it make my brown eyes blue?
Don't it make my brown eye blue?
Well, people thought, yeah, brown eye. Now we're back to the one-eyed got. Funny how that circles around like that.
Oh, dear.
No, this was donuts make my brown eyes blue.
Okay.
I wondered what it was.
Speaking of donuts.
Yes?
No.
You're off mic, man. Come in.
Well, I was relaxing.
I know. Well, don't relax. This is all about work.
Oh, okay.
Now, then you get into not only the goofy misheard lyrics, but the actual lyrics of real songs, mainly country songs. They do a lot of goofiness. These are actual songs, and I'll share a few with you so you can read some because I'm going to get tired here. Drop kick me, Jesus, through the goalposts of life. Don't touch my yum-yum. Does that mean like don't scarf your ice cream?
I guess.
I hope that's what it means.
I don't know.
7 beers ago.
I believe that one.
You got a picture of Abe Lincoln in the book here. Get your biscuits in the oven and your buns in the bed. And, of course, the ever-favorite.
Well, they're going to burn them if they go.
That's right. They go back to the pizza story again.
Right.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer. How can anything so purty be so mean? Wow, that describes a lot.
Well, I've seen a few of those.
Yeah, me too. Those are high rent. That's what
Or
I call
I've
it.
met a few of those, I should say.
Yeah, I wouldn't date them very long if that was the case.
Right.
I actually dated a girl one time that she said, why don't we, for our first date, just relax at my house. I'll cook dinner. It'll be pizza. Ooh, don't go out of your way. So we had pizza at her place. And then she had a really quaint, nice little apartment, nice and neat, very neat person. And she said, why don't you take care of this DVD? And it was when DVDs first came out. So she says, get it ready. I said, okay. So I walked over. I pushed the power button on the DVD player. I opened the tray carefully. Now, mind you, I've worked at multi-million-dollar radio stations since I was 18. And I know how to wire things and mess with electronics a little bit. So I know how to take care of things. Mm-hmm. And I put the DVD in the tray, and I pushed it in, and I let it queue up. And she walks into the living room. She goes, what did you do? I said, well, you told me to get it ready. She said, I didn't tell you to put it in the machine. I told you to open it up. I said, no, you said get it ready to play. I assumed that's what it meant. I said, really? I said, do you know what my experience is? This is nothing. This is nothing. And you're that upset over nothing?
I wonder why she got upset.
I don't know.
Maybe because she couldn't push it in her.
That was the first and only time I decided that wasn't worth it.
So did you eat your pizza and leave?
I ate my pizza, tried to be pleasant, and I got out of there real early and said, gosh, look at the time.
Did you crawl out the window?
I didn't have
Did
to.
you crawl out the window when you went to the bathroom?
Nope. That was a Beatles song. Came in through the bathroom window. Oh, that was came in through the bathroom window.
Right.
Honey, the only good years we ever had were the tires on your car. I had to think about that for a second. The only good years we ever had were the tires on your car. I bought the shoes.
Why was he with her that long?
I don't know. Some people can size people up quickly, others can't.
Because he's had plural, yours.
Yeah.
Or years, I mean.
Yeah, that's right, years. I bought the shoes that just walked out on me. Here's an option. I don't know whether to kill myself or go bowling. Isn't that a great song?
I'd go bowling.
Yeah, me too. I like bowling on occasion. This one's for you. I want you to continue with some of these lyrics.
I got to put my glasses on.
Oh, well, there they are. You're going to put my glasses on.
No,
because you didn't
they're
bring
my
yours.
glasses when I'm here.
Okay. What's that one all about?
Oh,
Danger.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Garth's in control here now.
I gave her a ring, and she gave me the finger.
Ah.
Yeah, you should see the illustration. She's got a big shiny ring on one hand and flipping them off with the other one.
Great. You know, I think what's cool about Misheard lyrics and just the stories behind the songs like that, wouldn't you like to hear what prompted these guys to write these songs? Or I was at a songwriter convention when I was in Nashville.
You were?
It was not a song. It was like a little consortium where these songwriters came in. And what they did was play the songs for the people. It was the first time they had aired their songs to see if people liked them. And the lady that wrote, she's one of the writers. I think there were 3 on this one. Pina Colada. What was that?
If you like pina colada.
No, that's Rupert Holmes.
Oh.
No, this was another one about Garth Brooks did. It'll hit me later. But she helped write
If
the
it
song.
doesn't, I will.
Okay, well, that wouldn't be the first time. But she said that, they came up with this idea just at a bar. They were just hanging out trying to think of things to write. And somebody walked past with a pina colada, and there it is, But sometimes they have more of a story than that. And I always like the one with You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. Have we talked about that?
Bachman Turner Overdrive?
Yeah, Randy Bachman. I guess their producer stuttered real badly. And he would have him go, all right, guys, take 2. And it said they would laugh because it took him so long to get out what he wanted, but they liked him, but they teased him all the time about his stutter.
You read that?
I read that story, yeah.
Okay.
And I think I heard Randy or somebody talk about it on a talk show one
Because
time.
I heard different.
Really?
I heard he wrote the song about his cousin.
Really?
Yeah. His cousin stuttered a lot.
Yeah, there was...
I don't really know, so who are you to believe?
Well, somebody stuttered, and then he was making fun of them.
Somebody stuttered.
That's the important part. And he said that they cut the song, and they did it as a joke because whomever they wrote it about, the record company exec knew as well. So when the record company guy came in to listen to the song, they played him the funny version, which was the stutter version. You ain't seen nothing yet, boom, boom, baby, And he liked it. He goes, that's a hit. He says, you're not releasing that song. He says, we've got the better version. You got to hear it. He goes, don't even want to hear it. This one is going.
And it was a hit.
And he took it out and he made it a hit. But they were mad. They did not want that released.
Really?
Because it was a joke.
Look how many millions they made off it.
Yeah. And then from then on, they performed it that way. But that's an amazing story behind the song.
That's pretty cool.
I like that. Give me another title or 2 over there.
Oh, title or 2?
Yeah.
Let's see. What do we got going here? Okay. I only think about you when I'm drunk.
I wonder what that means, really. In a good way or a bad way?
Well.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch? I'm a sandwich.
Yeah, I'm a sandwich. I wouldn't take her to a dog fight even if I thought she could win. Oh, God.
There's an angry man.
Oh, you ain't a kidding. You should see the picture.
Oh, remember This Land Is Your Land?
Yes.
The guy that wrote that, oh, gosh, what was his name? Was it Jimmy Rogers? No, it wasn't. It was actually written as a protest song with the most radical verses removed. It was Woody Guthrie, that's who did it. He wrote it because he was very frustrated after hearing God Bless America being played repeatedly during the Great Depression. And he just thought America wasn't blessed at that time. Why are we playing that song? And he was just a bitter...
trying to get confidence in the people.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't agree with Woody Guthrie, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Woody.
But we sang that song for years in school. This Land Is Your Land. And of course I changed it. I always change lyrics and my wife hates me for it. I say, this gland is your gland. This gland is my gland.
Why?
From California to the New York eye gland. It doesn't work, does it?
No.
But yeah, this land is your land.
Go to a different one.
Okay, sorry. I'll find another good one.
Oh, I see.
So we'll move
I
along.
see, said the blind man.
As he picked up his hammer and hammered.
Hit his friend in the head.
We go, sorry. Yeah, I'll move along then. I Shot the Sheriff, Bob Marley. According to Bob's girlfriend, it was inspired by their fights over birth control. And the sheriff was the doctor who prescribed her the pill.
Huh?
Yeah, apparently he wanted to have a kid, and she didn't.
So he shot him?
I guess so, in the song. He said, Sheriff John Brown always hated me for what I did not know.
Kill the seed before it grows.
Yes, every time I plant a seed, he'd say, kill it before it grows.
Right.
Yeah. Wow, that's awful.
Well, I kind of knew what that song was about just by that lyric right there.
That's bizarre.
And you know, when I go walking around on the property and see all these whorehounds that grow wild out here, all those weed type things, they do have medicinal purposes, but they grow, they'll just take everything over. I sing that song when I'm pulling those son of a guns out.
You shot the sheriff?
No.
Oh. Kill it.
Kill it before it grows.
Yeah. I wondered why you would sing I Shot the Sheriff.
No, I'd never shoot a sheriff.
I wouldn't either. I like policemen. I like police people. I like law enforcement officials. They're good folks 9 times out of 10.
They're good to have around.
Yeah, you know what I did?
Sometimes.
I wrote our county's sheriff. He was talking about how he was standing up for citizens' gun rights. And even out here where we have some wackos that have more guns than brains, but he still supports that. And I thought, you know what, he's a good guy. He should support it. So I wrote him a letter and I thanked him. And he wrote me a letter back. He said, I've never received a letter like yours.
Oh, I'll be darned.
He said, thank you for writing me, and that was really nice. Just said, hey, what I felt, thanks for upholding the Constitution.
You actually wrote him a letter and mailed it, or did you do it over the...
Oh, I did it over the internet on their website. I wrote him a note and sent it to him, and he got it. He hand wrote me a letter back.
I'll be darned.
In snail mail.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I saved that. I just happened to see that this morning. I was looking for something else, and it was stuck in a book, and I opened it up and go, what's this? And I read it. And
how long ago was that?
I think that was about 2 years ago.
60 years ago.
I think it was 2 years ago. Something like that.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Okay. Hey, I just found this thing on You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. It said Randy Bachman recorded it as a joke to send to his brother Gary, whose speech impediment caused him to stutter.
See,
you're right.
There you go.
He was a relative. See, I heard that totally differently. It says producer Charlie Falk, I said F-A-C-H, Falk, urged them to include the joke track on the album. He said that it had more potential to become a hit than any of the others. Ultimately, it became the only U.S. #1 single in their history.
See?
And it says after a few years of focused therapy, Gary Bachman was able to get over both his speech impediment and the fact that his brother's kind of an idiot for writing this song about him.
I'll be darned.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Well, see, I heard it was his cousin, but it's his brother.
It's his brother.
There you go.
Right from Randy. There it is.
We got that one down.
Okay. Rumor dispelled.
I think I've blown a transistor.
Yeah, stick around. It gets better.
Yes, it does, Jenny baby.
Okay. What else we got? Oh, give me some more titles.
Okay. If I said you have a beautiful body, would you hold it against me?
The Bellamy Brothers. I remember that song. That's a great tune. And
the
melody,
David Bellamy,
was a big hit for them. I don't know where it went on the charts, but really good song. According to John Lennon, Ticket to Ride was a card indicating a clean bill of health. So you got a ticket to ride, you're good. I guess the cards were carried by Hamburg prostitutes in the 1960s. Ticket to Ride. Oh my gosh. Really? Who knew? Written about prostitutes. Johnny. I liked it better when I didn't know what it was written about.
Listen to this. If you'd been born a woman, you'd be the ugliest gal in town. No kidding. A gal wrote this one.
Okay.
Linda Pullman. Have you ever heard of her?
Yes, I have heard of her.
What did she pull?
I don't know. Man, I guess. In a wagon.
This is a slapstick show. And I'm here at the bottom working my way down. Sounds like my life 30 years ago.
At the bottom working your way down. Yeah. Sometimes it feels that way, huh?
Yeah, sometimes.
You know that sound, that dun, 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 and come together?
Yeah.
That's the sound of John Lennon hissing the words, shoot me.
Really?
Yes.
Well, he got shot.
He did. Isn't that bizarre?
That is.
That was from the Beatles biography by Bob Spitz, page 840.
I'll be darned.
I guess he interviewed them. December 8th, he did get shot, 1980, by Mark David Chapman. Wow.
That's amazing.
Wow. I'm going to be careful what I say on the recording.
You ain't kidding.
Yikes.
Now, I wonder why he was saying that. Shoot me.
I have no idea. Because it fit phonetically or in the sounds or something. Sometimes they just do it. It's like some of these nonsensical songs out of the 50s. Why do they say doo-wop, doo-wop, doo-wop? It doesn't have any meaning, really. Oh, remember Louie Louie by the Kingsmen?
Yes.
Everyone thought they were swearing on that record. It was actually investigated by the FBI. Because there's I forget what they say exactly. The FBI did fail to uncover anything that said what they thought it was saying. About 54 seconds into the song, the drummer yells the F-bomb, but it's really, you can't really tell.
Did he just say the first word or both of them?
Just one. Just the F-bomb, I guess.
Huh. Maybe he hit his hand on the snare drum.
Yeah, but it's really not intelligible. When you listen to it, you can't really make out what it's saying exactly.
Well, the next time I hear the song, I'll really
Louie Louie.
buckle down and listen to it.
Louie. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. It's an oldie, 63. Okay. Remember the Beatles, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds? Mm-hmm. What's that song about?
It's about some lady in the sky with a bunch of diamonds.
That's right. That's exactly what it's about. You know what people thought it was about?
Mm-mm.
LSD. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. LSD. They thought that's what he was writing about. It's a Lennon song.
So they abbreviated it, the words to letters, and LSD.
Yeah, they thought it was code for someone taking a trip on LSD. That's why you saw the lady with kaleidoscope eyes and all this stuff happening in the song. But really, it's about a drawing that John's son Julian did when he was a little boy.
Oh,
drew it with crayon. And it looks like this girl named Lucy, and she's got diamonds for eyes and kaleidoscopes and stuff. Or kaleidoscopes for eyes and diamonds and stuff. Yeah, I thought for years it was about drugs. Well, they talked about it a lot, when they were on the road.
Right.
Especially after Paul got busted for marijuana back in the 70s.
Oh, jeepers, yeah. That was a big thing.
Yep.
Well, same with Willie Nelson, though, too. He got raked over the coals, and finally they really didn't do nothing to him, though, did he?
I don't remember exactly. He might have had to pay a fine or something.
Mamas don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we know that one. That's Willie Nelson, just like you're talking about.
Let me just pick one. Okay.
Random.
The day I jumped from Uncle Harvey's plane.
How did he live to write about it is what I want to know.
I don't know. He's in about 15 million pieces, though.
Yeah, in the drawing?
Red Lane.
Okay.
Wrote that one. Do you know who Red Lane is?
Haven't a clue.
Thank God in Greyhound she's gone.
Yeah, that was a hit back in the 60s. I don't even remember who did that. Was it Bobby Bear?
Larry Kingston.
Yeah,
and Ed Nix.
Greyhound. She's gone.
Ed Nix.
Yeah.
Man that turned my mama on. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, that's, I don't know who wrote it, but Ed
Bruce wrote it.
Ed Bruce, but he didn't, I don't think he sang it. Maybe he did. But I think Tanya Tucker had a hit with that. She was married to Glenn Campbell for a while.
Tanya Tucker?
Tanya. I say Tanya, but she prefers Tanya because that's what her mommy called her. Her mama called her Tanya.
Can't roller skate in a
buffalo herd. Yeah.
Or in a buffalo turd.
That was one of those novelty songs.
Roger Miller.
Oh, Paul McCartney says, the first draft of the song Yesterday. Guess what it was called?
Tomorrow?
Scrambled eggs.
What?
Scrambled eggs. Oh, my baby, how I love your legs. That's what he wrote.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Speaking of scrambled eggs, that's what I had for breakfast.
I like scrambled eggs.
Scrambled eggs and sausage and toast.
Oh, that's good.
Or an English muffin.
I stopped off at a Mexican eatery this morning on the way up.
That's what I heard.
And it was, you heard it? I better take something for my stomach then.
Yeah.
No, I had a burrito. An egg and what was it? Sausage. It's funny. We've been coming up so many weeks, on the weekend and sometimes during the week, but we stop at that place all the time. And the guy goes, "Sausage burrito?" Because he knows.
Is it Arturo's?
No, it was, I can't remember. It's in Wickenburg.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to think of it. Great, great food, though. There's a gas station out front, and it's a gas station. I think it's a Filiberto's.
Oh, the next time you go there, grab me a carne asada burrito.
That's good stuff.
I'll pay you when you bring it here.
Okay. And we've got some oil for you, too, in the house.
That's what Joyce said.
Yeah.
Or your wife.
Joyce.
Joyce.
I don't call her Joyce.
Joyce.
I call her by her Chinese name. Hey, you.
Yep.
It's spelled Hayyu.
Really?
Hey, you. No, I'm kidding.
Well, you
But
never know.
She does have a Chinese middle name, and that's what her mother calls her. Not to buy the...
Hey, you?
She never calls her Joyce. That's funny. I've never heard her mom call her first name. And I've known her for almost 20 years.
I'll be darned.
Craziness.
That's simply crazy.
It's crazy, I tell you. Iron Butterfly. What is their big, big song?
Indigada de vida, honey.
Indigada de vida. And that's what
In
they
the
named the
Garden
song.
of Eden.
Yeah, and that's what it was supposed to be.
Right.
Well,
But you know what I heard? They were so blasted on drugs and everything. That's how the guy was singing it.
Well, it says here that Doug Inslee, who was the singer, was so drunk
Right.
when he tried to sing in Sins in the Garden of Eden, he slurred the words that sounded like Inagata de Vida.
Right.
So the drummer, Ron Bushy, thought it was so catchy, he wrote it down on the demo that way, and that's how they produced it.
Isn't that something?
Inagata
That's
de
pretty
Vida.
cool.
Yeah. Interesting stuff.
Indigada de vida. Oh, yeah. I can see it right off.
You sounded like somebody's great-great-great-great-granddaddy.
You should like having a t-shirt right here. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, I see what you're saying, because your breath is green.
Oh.
From that green chili you ate.
You ate the green chili.
Then you should be smelling it here any second.
Oh, I'm going to go outside for a little bit.
All right, here's one.
Moving along, folks.
Save the Last Dance for Me, the Drifters. It said Doc Pomus wrote that pop ballad after watching his bride dance with everybody else at their wedding but him. And the reason he couldn't dance with her is because he had polio.
Oh, poor guy.
Isn't that amazing?
That is.
Who would have known? Save the Last
Save
Dance
the last
for Me.
dance for me.
That was the writer. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
that's kind of sad, actually.
It is kind of sad. Okay, that leads us to another story about a song. Do you know, for many decades, nobody knew who the Caroline was in Sweet Caroline? And you know the song, right?
Mm-hmm.
Neil Diamond.
Right.
It was a 1969 hit. Sweet Caroline. For 40 years, nobody knew who the song was about.
Now, I've heard a lot of different stories about this.
What have you heard?
I can't remember now, but I've heard a lot of different stories.
Well, here's the true story. Neil Diamond said he saw a innocent picture of a little girl riding a horse back in the 60s during a tour that he was on. And he looked at the magazine and thought she was such a sweet little girl, and he finds out she's Caroline Kennedy.
Kennedy,
Yeah.
right.
And he was able to tell her, finally, in person, at her 50th birthday party when he played for her party back in
darned.
2007.
That's pretty neat,
That's very cool. Sweet Caroline. That's such a great song.
isn't it?
It's almost an anthem.
Did you know, well, from what I heard,
Okay.
that he was just a songwriter at first and he didn't like singing?
Really?
This is what I heard. He was just a songwriter and, writing songs for people and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I guess his manager said, "You need to sing. You have a good voice. Sing it." "Oh, I don't want to sing. I can't sing." He said, "Yes, you can. You have a good voice. You should try it."
Oh, man, I like his voice.
And then it blew up from there.
Yeah, he used
That's
to write.
what I heard, so I don't know if it's true or not.
I believe it is true. I believe that he worked at the Brill building in New York where they had all these teams of songwriters coming together trying to churn out hit records. And he wrote with Carole King, and Carole was a friend of James Taylor, and there was a bunch of them, all these 50s groups. If my memory was better, I could just spit their names out. But I remember reading about this when I was a kid.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, and what a magic time to have all those people. And Carole King was like a 16, 17-year-old kid, and she's writing songs. Too. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't like a lot of their political affiliations, but I do. I like their music. They're definitely talents, no question about it. Sam Cooke had a moment when he was listening to Bob Dylan's protest song, Blowin' in the Wind, we talked about earlier. He heard it on the radio, and apparently he had mentioned to some of his friends, he goes, geez, a white boy wrote a song like that? Because it was a protest song.
When did we talk about that song?
Well, The Ants Are My Friends.
Oh, okay.
See, your memory is failing.
Thank you.
But we still love you, Garth.
I know.
So anyway, it led him to thinking about protest songs, and so he writes, A Change Is Gonna Come the following year. He said he was inspired by Bob Dylan. It was a big hit for him. A Change Is Gonna Come. Not on my big hit parade.
Now, how does that song go?
I can't even remember how it goes right now. But I have Sam Cooke's greatest hits. I loved his voice. I just thought he had a smooth, great voice.
What songs does he do?
Oh, yeah. Darling, You Send Me, Honest You Do.
I remember the name, but I don't remember his songs.
Cupid,
music.
Draw Back Your Bow.
Oh, stupid, draw back your bow. And
Get off my big toe.
Yeah, and get off my big toe.
On May 9th of 65, Keith Richards woke up in the middle of the night with this riff going through his head, and he just couldn't get it to stop. So instead of going back to sleep, he dragged himself out of bed, picked up his guitar, and recorded about 60 seconds or so of the riff.
That's a minute.
Yeah, it is. And it became Satisfaction. So if you hear a tune...
To everybody else except us.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't collect a check, so it wasn't satisfying. Yeah, that's one of those songs I'm not really crazy about, but I can see why it was a hit.
That's amazing. Those guys are in their 70s and still
rocking
and rolling.
I used to joke when I was in junior high school. I go, yeah, what's Elton John going to do when he's 80 years old? He's going to be out on tour? Ha, 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 ha. And now he's in his, early 70s, and he's still touring.
And they're still doing it. Same with Rod Stewart.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't he playing someplace in Phoenix now or something?
Yeah, he might be. I don't really keep up with him, but yeah, I liked his stuff.
Me too.
I can't listen to a whole lot of it at once, but I do like
you
Hot
should
Legs.
only listen to one song at a time.
Well, yeah, because otherwise it's just plain cacophony.
Really cacophony.
Whatever that means. Bonnie Raitt, she wrote the song "I Can't Make You Love Me If You Don't." That was a great song. She said that was inspired by a man who was in court for shooting his girlfriend's car. And the judge asks him, did he learn anything through this court experience? And the man replied, I learned, Your Honor, that you can't make a woman love you if she don't. Let me backtrack here. Bonnie Raitt did not write the song. She performed it.
Oh.
What makes that song more interesting, though, is that the writer of the song was NFL lineman Mike Reed.
Really?
He was the number 7 draft pick back in 1970. And between seasons, he played piano for the symphony. And he traveled with the symphony across the U.S.
Isn't that something?
I don't know which, I guess various symphonies. And he won a Grammy for writing a country song back in '84, making him the only NFL player to do that ever. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that is. That's pretty neat.
Interesting backstory.
Now, does he have a front story?
I don't think he needs one. He's rich now. He doesn't have to do anything.
Well, how do you know he's rich?
Well, unless he spent all that money.
You can't just assume things, dude.
Because it makes something out of you and me.
Did I just call you dude?
You did, dude.
Hey, dude.
And then many people don't know that Charles Manson used to write songs.
About what?
He wrote one for the Beach Boys called "Cease to Exist."
Well, see, Brian Wilson used to hang around Manson.
Yeah, they were friends.
Exactly.
And
that was before, I'm sure Brian knew the guy was a nut.
"Cease to Exist" had uplifting lyrics like, "Submission is a gift. Go on, give it to your brother." And the boys turned it into the song called "Never Learn Not to Love," keeping that one part of the song that said submission is a gift in the lyric.
Well.
Oh, do you know the song "Mother and Child Reunion" by Paul Simon?
Yes.
This is kind of funny. And I'll leave you with this one. Well, maybe I won't.
With this thought.
Oh, think about this. Paul Simon's sitting at a Chinese restaurant, and he comes up with the idea for mother and child reunion because he saw that he had a chicken and an egg both on the same plate.
Okay. Is that a true story? Or
That's a true story. And he said that he had recently experienced the death of the family dog, and he had death on the brain, so he connected, the egg with the chicken and thinking,
how's that old saying? What came first?
Yeah, the chicken or the egg? I can answer that question. It was the chicken. It says so in the Bible. Chicken was created first.
And the Bible says.
That's right. And that's what I'm basing my life on. Mother and child reunion.
I'll be darned. That's pretty strange, actually.
Yes.
Isn't that something?
Yes. One is the loneliest number.
The
Three Dog Night.
Three Dog Night.
You know who wrote that one?
You know what Three Dog Night is?
Yes.
No, it's not Yes.
That's a different group.
Right.
Yeah, yes, I know what a Three Dog Night is.
Oh, okay, perfect.
It's a cold, cold night in Alaska.
You had me confused for a moment.
So the Eskimos used to bring in their dogs to keep them warm.
Right.
If it's a 2-dog night, it's not as cold as a 3-dog night.
Right.
And 4-dog night is even colder.
Even colder.
And a dozen-dog night is never been tried.
You better dig a hole.
You're done. One is the loneliest number, written by Harry Nilsson. And he thought about that after he tried to call somebody. He kept getting a busy signal.
By pushing one?
Yeah.
One is the loneliest number that you ever knew.
It's a great song. Great song.
Two could be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number since the number one.
Get the hook, ladies and gentlemen. We have to drag him out. So he said he was listening to the boop, or the sound of the boop, boop, boop of the busy signal, and he stayed on the line, and he used that signal tone to start writing the rhythm of the song. And that tone became the opening notes.
Why'd you just shoot me?
Because you kept talking. And
well, just cut it out.
No, not talking, singing.
I had to hear myself. See if I still have it.
You have it. You haven't lost it. Now the range, I'm not sure about yet, because you complained about that Eagles song last week. I was playing, and you couldn't hit the notes.
I couldn't hit it. No. Yeah. I would have been able to if I would have listened to it, Lauren. Just go, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You have to push it a little bit.
Get my
Lubed.
range. Get my range down.
Get your pipes lubed and your vocal cords stretched.
It's not nice,
But shooting people?
Yeah.
With their finger?
Yeah. You're supposed to go like that and go pull it.
Hey Jude started out as Hey Jules. Hey Jules.
Who's Jules?
Hey.
Don't you know me? I'm the gay parade queen.
Hey. Because Paul McCartney wrote that song for Julian Lennon.
I didn't think so. I'm leaving.
No, here's what he says. He wrote Hey Jules for Julian Lennon, who was going through a difficult time because his parents were getting a divorce. And he didn't even know until like 20 years later that Paul wrote that song for him. Hey Jules. It's Hey Jude. And Michael Jackson wrote Billie Jean when he was driving. Billy Joel's Uptown Girl was written about model Elle Macpherson. Black Velvet was Alana Miles, and she wrote it about Elvis. And Rosanna Arquette inspired both In Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel and Toto's Rosanna. They wrote songs about her. In Your Eyes, I never knew that.
In Your Eyes.
Yeah, but Rosanna was a little less subtle.
Rosanna.
That's a great tune. That is such a great tune. That band was a super band. They just didn't come better.
Rosanna.
Africa.
Yeah.
Rosanna, Africa. Oh, boy.
That is a good group. I like their harmony and everything.
They are not only tight harmonically. Two of them were brothers, the Porcaro brothers. What was it, Jeff and... Can't remember the other guy's name.
I don't know. What are you looking at me for?
I don't know. I thought maybe you'd know.
Oh, I don't.
You are the master of old knowledge.
I am the master of baiters. I used to fish, remember?
Yes, you did. And that was a long, long time ago.
This is a good one. I like this show. This is kind of like off-the-cuff stuff. And
yeah, it was fun.
It was humorous.
Yeah, and there's some things I learned I didn't know about songs and where they originated from. But it's always kind of fun to hear where they come from.
Yeah, I agree.
And sometimes it's totally off what you think they came from.
I've heard some of what you brought up, and then I didn't. I knew. I did not know.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's why we're here, to educate. Not to pontificate, but to educate. But you go ahead and pontificate for a moment. I want to see...
I think I will. Strange but true facts.
There you go. Uncle Garth, lay it on us.
In 1915, the average annual family income in the United States was, take a guess.
In 1915?
1915.
Oh, my gosh. I don't know, $4,000?
How about $687 a year?
Wow. My... Well, taking us off the gold standard really hurt, hasn't it?
Yes.
Because it's made you have to have a lot more dollars for the amount of purchase power. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
Interesting. I know my parents didn't pay much for their house, but by today's standards,
right.
It's amazing.
Oh, yeah. That's
just since the 60s.
It's simply amazing.
Well, that puts a cap on this one. Well, it was nice that you tuned in to us.
Put the cap on.
We enjoyed having you here.
Boom.
We're the Bunker Boys. Chris?
I'm Garth.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.